The New Patriotic Party's parliamentary aspirant for the Asante Mampong Constituency, Beatrice Siaw, popularly known as Nanaya, has reportedly died. According to Asase News, a close source to her says she died at the Konfanochi Teaching Hospital in Kumasi. However, the circumstances surrounding her death and the cause have not yet been made public. Nanaya Siaw was a businesswoman and a philanthropist who had been actively campaigning to represent the NPP in the Asante Mampong Constituency.
I saw that Mampong is lacking a lot of things. And when I mean that is, unfortunately, there are no strong jobs. There's no manufacturing companies or processing companies within Asante Mampong. Also, drinkable water is a bit scarce, especially in the Everins of Mampong. So most people fetch water. Some of the schools are in deplorable conditions. So I think Mampong needs a lot, and I have assisted and done over 40 projects in Asante Mampong with my own money, not government funds. So I've done an evacuation of a refuse dump, and I've done numerous boreholes, built several schools from scratch, renovated several schools, so I've done a lot. And so it is not me that wants to become the next MP for Mampong, but it is the people of Asante Mampong that is demanding that I come and do more. They are not happy with the current conditions within Asante Mampong. They feel that the current MP is, and I don't like talking about him because if you were to ask him questions about me, he probably wouldn't even answer. So they feel that, as I mentioned earlier, there's no jobs, there's no water, they do not have that personal one-on-one interaction with him. He's not on the base or at the grassroots level. You are not able to even get close to him. When you get close to him, he has an attitude saying, hey, free hoko. And that is not how you talk to people that voted you in. It is, the MP is supposed to serve the people, not the people serve you. I was born in the U.S., so all of my education from primary all the way to master's was in the U.S. And then I've worked for several Fortune 500 companies, such as Vodafone. In the U.S., they call it Verizon Wireless. I worked there in a management role. Then I also worked for the second largest company in the world, which is General Electric. I worked there for 5 years in a finance position. I own several businesses within the U.S. and in Ghana, such as I'm a farmer, so I have a rubber plantation. I'm also into heavy-duty equipment and real estate within Ghana. So I'm bringing the expertise from the U.S. combined with the business acumen within Ghana to push Asante Mampong forward. So I wouldn't know everything. I'm willing to learn, but I believe with these small attributes that I have, it's a great base and a starting point. In life, you're not born a president. You have to start from somewhere. So I believe that this is my starting point for Asante Mampong. The lighting system within Asante Mampong, I believe, is poor in some areas. There's thieves running havoc. So on the Adra Road, I would like to implement a better lighting systems so that the people of Mampong will be able to access and feel free, even in the late hours when they're driving or even cargo moves from Asante Mampong to Brongahafo and the northern regions freely. That would be one. Two, I would like to add more drinkable water, such as boreholes. So I would like to drill several boreholes, and when I mean several, maybe around more than 20 to 30 boreholes within the Asante Mampong. And last but not least, I would like a factory, and this is what my siblings has been pushing me to do, even though I have not gotten the nod. Mampong is known for vegetables such as green pepper, carrots, and so forth. Since I am a farmer, a proud farmer, I don't want to reinvent the wheel. I would like to have a processing plant, like a Kivo processing plant within Asante Mampong, or even a packaging plant where they can buy directly from the farmer, package it, and sell it directly to the consumer, either within Kumasi or Accra. You know, when you go to Mampong, 90% of the people in Mampong are farmers, and unfortunate peasant farmers. And right now, the road work unit within Mampong is great. It's asphalted. So roads are not the challenge. And to find people is easy because we all eat. And that's why I mentioned Kumasi, because Kumasi and Mampong is only an hour and 30-minute drive. So that would be the closest base. So I would like a processing plant there. It shouldn't be that hard. You can hire 10 people or 20 people for the start. At least these are 20 people that did not have jobs, and we are contributing. Kakra, kakra. Everything will be better. Should explore tourism. Mampong has a SCAF. I don't know if you've ever been to Asante Mampong, but when you enter the illustrious Asante Mampong, you see the first thing you can never ignore is our SCAF. And when you climb on that mountain, well, I would term it as a mountain, there's so many things we can embark on. Like in Kwau, they have the paragliding and the parasailing and all of that. We can utilize that at Mampong. At Tadiem Park, where right now Mampong doesn't have an AstroTurf or even a feasible or functional park, I was undertaking that within Mampong. So I would also like to bring an AstroTurf, which I was working on within Asante Mampong, but the municipal stopped me. And by the park, there is a lake or a stream that we can utilize to bring as a tourist attraction within Mampong. So that can be another avenue that we can look for jobs for the youth. You know, out of the 275 seats, we only have 40 women that are members of parliament, and that is small. When you look at the general secretary in both parties, NPP or NDC, there has never been a woman. When you look at the national chairman, there has never been a woman for NPP and NDC. That is shame unto us. But the good thing is, it is small. We're moving forward. Right now, we have a current vice president, and she's a female. And that gives us hope, a glimmer of hope that we are moving forward. I will hopefully like to plead that maybe one of the reasons and the problems that we face why women are not in government is because of the filing fees of the fees could be so much. So if they're charging a man 10 cedis, they should look to the woman and make it a subsidy cost and make it 5 cedis, so that we can engage and get more talented women within our governmental and political scope.
I remember recently somebody said something very derogatory, that MPP is like an impotent man chasing a girl. But you see, no one in MPP got upset. You know, most of our members, we are slow to respond to things because we take it's just politics. You're just talking. But 1, 2, 3, when people of the New Patriotic Party speaking out, activists speaking out of injustice. 1, 2, 3, they arrest them, and that is so bad. We have freedom of speech. No one has threatened anyone. No one has said anything disrespectful, and it's not right to abuse power. But I am also in the same viewpoint that the insults must come down, especially on both sides. So it is bad. 1, 2, 3, you're locking up activists, and it's not good. One day the table will turn.